goes along. You wanna hear my song, so come to my show. Oh, welcome to my kitchen. My show is so hot, honey. The vegan meat, the gluten-free, the dairy-free. Oh.
Hey, darlings. My name is Soraya. I'm the queen of healthy Latin cooking with Soraya's Fierce Kitchen and Soraya's Fierce Cooking Show and Ola's. Today we're doing a recipe again of Besitos de Coco. Now, I've been making my Besitos de Coco. They've been great, but I decided that I wanted to revisit the recipe. I have been craving a little bit more fiber in my foods, and I'm really starting to direct my desserts to be a lower calorie, a higher fiber, and less fat dessert. And I love my desserts every day, after dinner and before going to bed. So we're gonna go with the recipe. And speaking of recipes, I wanna just backtrack a little bit of my history with books and cookbooks, okay? I've always had a passion for reading at a very, very young age.
Now you wanna talk about reading? Let's talk about reading.
I remember being tested. In elementary school in Brooklyn, I was in the higher grade section of the library. It wasn't like the basic children's library. I was probably second grade, third grade, and I was already maybe in a section of the library where maybe it was fifth graders. And the librarian saying, "What are you doing here in this section of the library?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm reading." And she goes, "Read out of that book." I read very well. That's what I was there for, in the library. So I was always into books and wanting to read and wanting to gather information. And so I will talk about one of the first books that I begged my mother to buy me. This was now sixth grade, sixth grade. I was about 11 years old, and they had a book fair in the library to raise money for the school, and I begged my mother for the children's Bible. This big old children's Bible, which my mother had signed. Yes, she bought me this book, oh my God, on my 11th birthday, and has her handwriting in it. And it says to me, Jamie Montalvo, from his parents, Miriam and Jamie, my dad, I met on his 11th birthday, 3/23/70. We had just been in Long Island for a year. We moved in 1969. I will always cherish this Bible. Being an altar boy and everything, and being so enamored by the church and the peace of the church, that was the only place my parents didn't argue. I loved the church. So I don't know, I just saw this Bible and I just love the stories, and it's colorful with a lot of pictures. I had to have it. So this was one of my first books, and I will always cherish this book, and I will always have it. It's in with the rest of my books, which are mainly cookbooks in the kitchen. So maybe this is the foundation to healthy Latin cooking. Maybe so, maybe so. The second book I remember wanting and having, which is the Jean Nidetch cookbook, her program cookbook. This is an original version. It's a used version. It's not the original that I had. I don't know what happened to that. My mom had it. And the first printing was in 1973. At this time I had joined Weight Watchers in Long Island, and I'm still a big Jean Nidetch fan, and this was one of the first cookbooks that I started experimenting with as a little boy and developing healthier recipes. I bought this one used a few years ago because I really wanted a copy in my library. I give her so much credit, Jean Nidetch, for her recipes, her contribution to weight loss, her contribution to food plans, her contributions to weighing and measuring, her contribution to advocating the refraining from sugar. She was a big advocate for that. I loved the early Weight Watchers program, and actually I still follow that program, which is half a cup of carb, ounces of protein, tablespoons of fat, cups of vegetables, an accumulation of that during the day for weight loss and weight maintenance. So props to Jean Nidetch. This is another cookbook. I don't use the recipes out of this anymore, but just to remember where my roots are with weight loss, this was my initial entry into cookbookism and healthy cooking. And then in my process of losing weight, I'm a recovering Latino, and a lot of my mental, emotional, and spiritual recovery has been in claiming my pride in being Puerto Rican, right? Because I kind of grew up being challenged a lot, like I was in the library as a little boy. You know what I mean, right? So when I reclaimed my Puerto Rican heritage and I really wanted it to reflect in everything that I did creatively. It easily transferred over effortlessly into the cooking show. Healthy Latin cooking, the queen of Puerto Rican vegan cooking. Okay, you get the message, right? Instagram is always vegan Puerto Rican, right? So one book I found that had classic Puerto Rican recipes. This book, Puerto Rican Cookery by Carmen Aboy Valenjuli, is a used copy. I got this cookbook 12 years ago, maybe, when I really started saying to myself, like, I really want to make the cooking show as broad of recipes as possible, with an adaptation to classic Puerto Rican recipes and eliminating white flour, sugar. That was the vibe. And also making it high fiber, and then going into gluten-free, then going into dairy-free. So I use this cookbook as a template to recipes that I grew up with that are my favorites, to take a look at someone's interpretation, because my mother didn't write any recipes down, neither did anyone in my family, as great cooks as they were. I needed a reference, and this is one of the best. The recipes are good, you know, they're Puerto Rican recipes, are very authentic. So I want to thank the authors of this book for having, for me, a manual to run by, or a blueprint, or a foundation to take recipes like this, classic Puerto Rican, and make them healthier, right? And now it's turning them vegan, which is so creative, so amazing, so fulfilling. Okay? So props for this book. I refer to it often. It was so interesting. How do I make ensalada de bacalao vegan? How do I make those codfish fillets pickled? Oh, it's so fabulous. How do I kick that vegan? I'm going to do it. And I'll show you how to do it. So these 3 books are staples for me. Let's see. Oh my god, almost 10 minutes of vegan Puerto Rican drama. Alright, talk to you later. Bye. We're 10 minutes in on a prelude to the cooking show. So we're gonna now go into another recipe of Besitos de Coco. I'm gonna show you the ingredients like we do, and we're going to take it from there. Let's start with what you'll need as far as appliances. You'll need some non-stick baking pans like these. You'll need a food processor, blender, a NutriBullet or whatever, a bowl to mix with. You'll need an ice cream scooper. You know, I like using this. It's a nice small portion. And then the ingredients, which I'll sit down now and explain ingredients with you. Alright? Okay, we're back. Hi. Okay, we're back. Hi. Okay, we're back. Hi. Okay, we're back. Hi. So I'm using totally unsweetened coconut. We're gonna have a total of 3 cups. 3 cups. 3 cups. Okay, we're back. Hi. Okay, we're back. Hi. Okay, we're back. Hi. Okay, we're back. Hi. Shredded flakes, finely shredded. Let's do organic brand. So we have unsweetened shredded, fine shred, reduced fat, and then coconut flakes. Ask me why I have those 3. I will tell you, because each one of those coconut shreds are going to have a different texture. You have your fine, you have your regular shred, you have your flakes, all unsweetened coconut. So it's going to give us different texture. And you know how I feel about texture and color. I like to see different textures, because when you look at it and you bite into it, it's cool, right? You got different things going on. So that's the reason why. Now, I am a big, huge fan of 501 cereal. Yeah, it does have some sweetener in there that's not the best in the world. Some sucralose. Their fiber content on this cereal, it is just so fulfilling. I just love it. I cannot let go of this product in my food plan. Even though I try to go as gluten-free as possible, and this dish will not be gluten-free, because I'm going to take at least a half a cup of this to a cup and grind that down into a flour consistency and use that. I've been using gluten-free flour, which is fantastic. About to know, I adore him, he's so sexy, but it doesn't have enough fiber for me. So I want something with a lot of fiber. The 501 cereal has a lot of fiber. I mean, it's just an amazing product. I'm gonna go with the Lithic Nutrition, and they did send me a free sample of this product, and I love it. The only downside with this product is some people are used to seeing Besitos de Coco very light, because it's Besitos de Coco, it's like a coconut macaroon. It makes it very, very dark, and it's not too look at my complexion. But you know, that's the only thing I find with the 501, and with this is gonna be a very dark Puerto Rican Besitos de Coco. There's nothing wrong with that on you. I met me a really dark and handsome young man last night. He was not Puerto Rican, he was from Dubai. And you know, honey, what they say is true. The darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. A little bit of salt, a little bit of vanilla extract, and then we have Earth Balance vegan butter. We have it in stick form, which I never saw this before and picked it up recently. And we're gonna add stevia, a half a cup. We'll add a couple of tablespoons of the pizza crust mix, which is gluten-free. What else am I adding? That's it, basically. So we're gonna go now into prep. Okay, great. What we're gonna start with is getting the Fiber One cereal like a flour texture. That's what I'm looking for. And I'm gonna use my NutriBullet for that. For this, I'm not gonna put all the ingredients in the food processor. I wanna mix it by hand because I want the textures of the coconut to stay pretty much the way they are. If I put them in the food processor, they might get broken down, some of them. End up just being everything kind of like the same texture, and I don't want that. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit more work doing it by hand, but you know, we have gloves. So that's fine. I'm going to put a cup of this into the NutriBullet. Now, according to my little Bible, which is the Puerto Rican cookery book, very little flour, a ton of coconut in that recipe, which I really haven't been doing my recipe like that. It was a good amount of flour, good amount of liquid. This one has very little liquid. So I'm going to kind of follow that recipe as a guideline, okay? So here, oh, she's lovely. She almost looks like turmeric. Exactly what I'm looking for. Oh, she's gorgeous. Look how beautiful. Like turmeric. It's golden brown. Like the skin of the young man that gave me such a sweet kiss last night. I'm so open for more. Besitos de Coco. We're gonna go with this for now, okay? And what I'm gonna do is, I have my metal bowl. I'm just gonna put the cup, 5-in-1 cereal there. We are also garnishing the Besitos de Coco with almonds. We have the cereal there. So what I'm gonna go with is the unsweetened shredded coconut. We're gonna now use the reduced fat. A cup of this coconut. This is the second style or type of coconut we're adding to the recipe. And then we have the unsweetened coconut flakes. And this is like some real like flakes. Almost looks like tuna. So that's the great thing about what I find. I like it a lot with food and recipes. Is to use different textures. And so this way when you serve it, you know, it's got all these different things going on in it besides flavor and all of that. As well as presentation, you know, it has some artistry, some creativeness behind it. So that's another cup. So we have 3 cups. Sort of following the Puerto Rican cookery recipe for their Besitos de Coco. Let's turn to that. I did take a look at that this morning because I was so inspired because I ran out of dessert for me and I'm making one of my pasteles, reheating some of my arroz con gandules. Actually, I gotta get my beans out. And I actually found some vegan chicken nuggets from Boca, which I tried 2 of them and they were delicious. They smelled like chicken. They were fabulous. So maybe I'll film that later. It calls for eggs, and usually for eggs I replace it with flaxseed meal, which I'm out of flaxseed meal today. Just a salt, vanilla extract, and sugar. So I'm using 2/3 cup of stevia. It's a very, very basic recipe, which I love. So I have the coconut and then the Fiber One. I am going to go with the Lithic nutrition. I want to add a lot of protein to this too. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons. The Lithic cricket powder is a fabulous protein substitute to your recipe, especially for baking. Lithic Nutrition was so cute. They sent me the sample, they sent me a t-shirt, stickers. I love that. You know, we communicate from time to time on Instagram. They're doing great. They're rebranding. Their packaging is a lot more fabulous. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love being connected to the nutrition industry with these vendors, suppliers, putting out amazing products. It's so cool for me to be in the place where I am right now. Usually with my Besitos de Coco, I add coconut cream and coconut milk, plus the coconut. So it's a fabulous tasting item, but there's a lot of fat, and I just wanted coconut. And revisiting the recipe out of the Puerto Rican cookery book, I saw that it really doesn't have much liquid anyway. When people had my Besitos de Coco, I was giving away samples and selling some at the stand. It did have a cake consistency, where Besitos de Coco coconut macaroons are dense coconutty. Coconut and sugar and some butter and whatever else, but not a lot of liquid, not a lot of flour. So that's what I'm going for today, is that dense coconut, and we'll just see how it works out. I'm gonna go with the vanilla extract now. I love a lot of vanilla. I'm gonna go with 2 tablespoons of vanilla. I'm gonna go with just a couple of dashes of salt. So sprinkle. And then I'm gonna add a couple of tablespoons of gluten-free flour. I'm just gonna add 2 tablespoons. Delicious, this vegan earth balance. I want 4 tablespoons. I want a real buttery flavor in this. So please softened or melted butter for this recipe, and vegan, because this is a vegan recipe. Gluten-free it is not, vegan it is. And then my stevia, my Chuvia brand. This is to me the best stevia. So I'm adding about 2/3 cup. Now this is something you'll need to work on your own sweetener preference. Maybe you want a cup, maybe you want 3/4 cup, maybe you want half a cup. I want to do 2/3. I want this to be a little sweet. I do. So I'm gonna melt that butter a bit. We have it here, and I'm just gonna add it to the mix, as you can see. And like I've said for years, one day I'll have a steady camera person. I get so inspired on fly, and I don't know, I guess maybe I like doing it on my own, because I'm sure I can find somebody to help.
Is this just sizzling to that camera person?
Yes.
I'm telling you, this is my gay pride dress.
You look fabulous.
This is June, and this is the dress that I
Look
came
how
out.
skinny you are.
This is the, thank you, darling.
Look at
This-
those legs.
This is the dress I came out on a couple of years ago when I had my little honey bunny. I won't mention his name, but if you're watching this, welcome to the fierceness. Hi, my name is Saraya Sobadahani. Welcome to Gay Pride 2009, darling. You were a good boyfriend to say, I don't know what happened. Maybe Saraya got too fierce for you. Soraya, fuerte el aplauso. Pero papi, thank you, okay? Because you know we shot for this dress together, honey. So that June, I had did the New York One video. Que me ayudó. Hi, my name is Soraya Sabrina, and I love New York News One. I've been on plenty of hot dates, but when it's 7 o'clock, honey, Soraya can't wait. I have to get out, honey, and watch Inside City Hall. Tan chulo que fue. Here we have Hector. And Hector's gonna taste the beans, and he's gonna be honest. Hector, how are the beans?
Delicious.
Are they delicious? And we did the Gay Pride performance that's on YouTube, right? He's in the video, honey. Hi, my name is darling. Papito, que Dios te bendiga wherever you are. I hope you got a new man. I hope he's treating you good, because I don't want to sing an Adele song right now, darling. So I don't hold no resentment on it. I like to say a woman's got the strength, a woman's got the power, and then also one monkey doesn't stop the show. She moves on, she gets bigger and better on it. So if I have to film it myself and cook it and cut it up and you gotta do and edit it and upload it, well, you gotta do what you gotta do. But not bigger in size, mama. That no matter what the opposition may be, boyfriends or family. Okay, but bigger in... They're supportive, but I think a lot of my friends and family were kind of surprised. Even boyfriends that I dated, yeah. Success, right, camera person?
Fierceness.
See? Thank you, see? I felt like I had enough courage and strength to believe in my vision creatively and my message of nutrition and fabulousness, Soraya, to keep going with it. So vamos.
The only one that's been the best one is in New York. My friend Boris.
I'm gonna put this here on the counter, and I'm gonna let our cameraman, the fabulous and sexy Boris Pinto, he's gonna have a little taste test. Oh yes, you are. Here's my stud cameraman, Boris Pinto. Boris is hot just like me, so be careful. This is Soraya Sobredas, papi licking, and I've licked a couple of papis in my days. Soraya Sobredas, papi licking spicy chicken wings. Now, Boris, I know you love me and everything, but let's be honest. Is it delicious?
It is.
Is it good? Really good?
Mm-hmm.
Super good?
Very good.
Okay.
I find for me, like, I maintain my character with him, and I find with other camera people, like, I sort of, maybe I get nervous and I get anxious, and I find it inhibits my personality. I'm sure if I was on Bravo or some Food Network, I'm sure, I'll work through that. But I kind of like the coziness of doing it myself. I don't have to plan, I don't have to forecast it. Of course, planning is always a good thing, but I find doing them myself, I enjoy it. And sure, I see some cooking show videos of amateur chefs, a lot of money on episodes. I just don't want to. I like the earthiness of it. Maybe I'm delusional. But you know, until somebody comes along and says, hey, we really like your cooking show videos and we want to get it more polished and everything, maybe that too. I don't like stopping and starting and all that. I just edit, you know. I pick what I want and leave the rest, honey, like I do the rest of my life. So we have a beautiful, 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 I don't know why I'm thinking about raisins now with this, but we're not going to add raisins. Okay, I have everything there and we're going to mix this up. So I'm just going to take the mix. I know, you guys are used to all those glamour shots and all of that stuff, but that's not what's happening here. You got a vegan Puerto Rican transgender chef that's just doing her own thing. Now, see, this is very dry. So I guess this is with the recipe in the book where the eggs come in, but I can tell you one thing, it smells absolutely fantastic. The vanilla, the cocoa, oh, it is tremendous. But I'm gonna have to add liquid. And so what I'm gonna do is my almond breeze, the cashew blend, which I find so fabulous. I'm gonna start with a half a cup. And what I love about this, a cup is like 25 calories. So like, what? That's crazy. And it's really good. I added 1 cup. Oh, what was I gabbing away? I was like not concentrating, darling. You know, we could always go like this. Let's bring some of that liquid up. And if we need to add it, then we'll add it. Oh yeah, it's gonna go much better now. It's so fabulous. I'm gonna taste just a little bit of this. Oh my god, it's amazing. Oh boy. Sweet. I'm gonna add some more Fiber One cereal. So I'm adding the other cup because I didn't want to waste the milk. The milk did have some vegan butter in it and all that. I didn't want to waste that beautiful flavor that's there. This is sweet. So maybe I want to add this just to kind of break down the sweetening of it. I like sweet, but it was a little sweet. And as it bakes, it's probably going to get even sweeter. So she's going to be really amazing now. So I just want you to take a look. She's a big, brown, beautiful bowl. It's the Fiber One hat. I'm all in favor of fiber. I'll choke a little bit. This is a big mix. Oh, she's going to be lovely. Let me taste it. She should be better now. Oh man. Wow. Wow. I'm gonna like this a lot. You're gonna like it too. Wow. I can't believe I came up with this idea. Because I adore the cereal. You know, I love running regular. You know what I mean? I love my fiber. I know when my body is getting enough fiber, it feels amazing. When I'm getting enough water, when I'm getting enough exercise, certainly being vegan is really, really helpful. Like that cereal, I have it and it's just amazing. And I was like, you know what? I really want to incorporate that cereal in my recipes. This is amazing. Raw, I mean, it has flour. Maybe I shouldn't have ate it. But my stomach is ironclad. My heart is soft and tender. Oven is already preheated. And I'm gonna leave it in there for the time that I always do, which is 20 minutes at 350, and then maybe 3 or 5 minutes at 375 just to finish them off. I'm gonna spoon them out. I like for you guys to see that, you know, because I think it's cute. Thanks for watching this. We have the mix here. It's so brown, honey. Una morena linda. Never aiming for perfection with this at all, because these are just gonna be jam-packed with flavor. So we want to get them nice little mounds. Some without almonds, just in case I offer it to somebody that may have a nut allergy. Yeah, so half of them have almonds, the other half does not. God, I'm gonna lick this bowl when you're not looking. These will go in the oven for about I'm gonna start 15 minutes at 350 and then another 5 minutes at 375 and then we'll see how they go. Okay, so we're gonna place these lovely bad girls on. Bad girls, talking about the fiberful girls, coconut girls, talking about besito de fiber, coconut girls, yeah. Vegan, honey. Okay, my darling, so we have them out of the oven. My new recipe of Besitos de Coco. These are just lovely. I can't wait to taste them. Very nice, very nice. As you can see, we have like that little, like a wing and a prayer going on. A flying Besito de Coco. And that's what I like about using the different textures of coconut, is that you'll have that effect. Okay, I just wanted to show the Besitos de Coco bagged up. I have one without the almonds, another bag with the almonds. I freeze them and then they're thawed by the time I get to enjoy them, and they're delightful. So we'll talk later. Bye. Hey my darlings, well it's Soraya and I have my Besito de Coco tonight. Before I go to bed with my blonde wig and my pink lipstick, I'm gonna have my Besito de Coco. Let's try it. Now this is the 501 one with less fat, right? Let's see, let's see. Pack full of fiber, honey. Delicious. Try this recipe at home. And I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Okay. Bye. Bye.
Welcome to my show, honey. Welcome to Soraya's Kitchen. When you're feeling blue, you don't know what to do. Carrying such a heavy load, honey. Feels like you're all alone. You need a new recipe, well, I'm the one to see. Time it rolls along, you wanna hear my song, so welcome to my show. Welcome to Soraya's Kitchen. My show is so hot, honey. The vegan meat, the gluten-free, the dairy-free. Oh.
Hey, darlings.
No longer a man. No longer a man.
Real slow.